Good morning, everybody. So, today is the last stream that I'll be doing at this time frame, the time frame that I've been more or less maintaining over the last year at this point. I looked it up. I kind of missed my year anniversary of streaming, so to speak. It just kind of flew by. I was like, oh yeah, oops. But, and I want to stream more in the future, and I plan to, but I have to figure out what my new schedule looks like and that sort of thing. So, there'll be like a little break here after today. So I wanted to I figured I'd just play my favorite game. Just for like this, you know, what will be probably the last stream for a little while, which is Ocarina of Time, of course. I'm playing on the Wii U Virtual Console. It's so weird that it's not in widescreen, but I guess that makes total sense. And I thought it's funny, because I had played this somewhat recently. I think it was when I was writing the Zelda book. I started playing it a little bit to get like screenshots and stuff like that. So I thought I had a save that was further along, but I think that might have been the Wii Virtual Console version, which is very confusing. So I'm just gonna start from the beginning, and if I feel like it's all taking too long, I'll just jump to my restore point. I always play as Link. I don't know. I think the first Zelda game I played, which was Ocarina of Time, I think I played as Cheese in all caps because I didn't understand how it worked. So like my very first experience with a Zelda game was like my character was just named Cheese in all caps, and it was funny at first, but then it got really annoying, and I really regretted my decision. But yeah, in a lot of ways, I credit this game with like being the game that I loved video games, played a lot of video games, had a lot of games I played a lot, but this was the first one that like actually made me really feel accomplished and feel other emotions than just like being cool, you know? Like Mega Man X, you get like the sense of accomplishment and you're proud of yourself. But, those are about the main emotions I was feeling. But through the course of this game, like, I felt melancholy and sadness and proudness and happiness and sadness. And, like, it was like the first instance where I was like, oh, video games are art. They're more than just toys. And I think that's a lot of the reason why I, like, started thinking about games critically and wanted to eventually, write about games and think about them beyond just the sense of like, oh, have I beaten it? Did you beat that game? Have you played that game? E&T Clark, happy new job week. Thank you. Hi, Kyle, says Jagdude. 21:16:9? Well, for the cutscene, for the opening cutscene. Oh, hey, I wasn't expecting you to play this, says Joshua Caleb 75. Yeah, as I was saying in the beginning, like, since this will, like, I'm not gonna flat out stop streaming. I just need to figure out my new schedule. Like I might be doing maybe like a once a week like evening stream or something like that. We'll see. But I just need some time to figure that out. So I figured like because this will be the last stream for a little while, I'll just play Ocarina of Time. Play my favorite game. Like it's funny, you have those discussions a lot of like, oh, what's your favorite game? Like when I talk to people who would, I'm like, yeah, I'm in I do video game stuff. That's like my job. They're like, oh, what's your favorite game? And the answer has always been Ocarina of Time. And I think it will always be Ocarina of Time, even if something like Breath of the Wild, I think is like, a more engaging, more interesting game in the sort of Zelda series. Like this will always be the one that I sort of acknowledge as like the one that just made me change the way I think about video games. Do you prefer the original or the 3DS remake? Well, I like the 3DS remake a lot. I mean, it looks better. It plays better. I think it has a higher frame rate, right? I'm not that much of a purist about it. I would like to see the 3DS remake come to, like, Switch at some point. I think it's funny, I feel like people forget that game exists a lot of the time because everyone's like, I wish there was a remake of Ocarina of Time, and I'm always like, yeah, there is one. It's really good. It's on the 3DS. finally woke up. I'm Navi, the fairy. The great Deku tree asked me to be your partner from now on. Nice to meet you. I don't think you can speed up that text, can you? So interesting. I think the 3DS remake, if I'm not wrong, actually has these built as 3D models, right? Because this is a pre-rendered sort of Resident Evil style location, which is kind of wild. Can I read this yet? Oh, I got the roll already. The penultimate Kyle playthrough. Yeah, I'm playing through it today. I will beat it today. That's not true. I'm not an Ocarina of Time speedrunner. Although it is one of the speedruns I do pay close attention to. At Game Informer, I remember I actually interviewed... I'm sure it's probably been beat now, but a few years ago, I remember the day someone beat the Ocarina of Time speedrun, I was able to get them on the phone and just talk to them briefly. Just about how they did it. Wow, a fairy, finally a fairy came to you, Link. Wow, that's great news. I'm so happy for you. Now I'm a true Kokiri. Is that right? The Great Deku Tree has summoned you? It's quite an honor to talk to the Great Deku Tree. I'll wait for you here. Get going. Go see the Great Deku Tree. Alright, let's see. Is there no... Okay. Trying to get... So I'm playing with the whatever you call this thing. I'm not sure I forget what it's called, but I thought I could, like... What you got, Navi? Great Deku Tree has summoned you. Please come with me. Oh, you're not following me. This guy. Look at this guy. Hey, you, Mr. No Fairy. What's your business with the Great Deku Tree? Without a fairy, you're not even a real man. What? You've got a fairy? Say what? Great Deku Tree actually summoned you. Oh, Ocarina, sweet. Chris Koshan, wow, you picked a lesser-known indie game for today's stream. And not a lot of people know about it. This isn't funny. Let's see. Crater Game 3DS Remake was also one of the few implementations of motion control I actually liked. Aiming the slingshot bow, etc. felt really good with motion controls. I agree with you. I use motion controls when I play Breath of the Wild. It's one of the few games... Oh, I can flip through dialogue. That's good. Okay, so I need the sword and the shield. Isn't there like a... If I do this jump, I get a bunch of rupees, right? Okay. Because I need rupees to get the shield. Okay, hey, let's work on some moves. Okay, Z targeting. Oh, that's... Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Okay. Okay, I was pressing the wrong button. Oh, Ocarina Seaweed, says Bob backwards. Favorite game of all time is this. Second favorite is Breath of the Wild. You know, man... Maybe. I don't know. I think if this is... God, that's such a tough question. The second favorite game. Inside is up there for me, for sure. Maybe first or second or third or something. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't thought about that list in a while. But and every time I make that list, I'm always like, well, I can't just fill it with Zelda games. But so I'm always hesitant to put like, you know, Ocarina of Time as number 1 and Breath of the Wild as number 2, because it's like, but man, up there for sure. All right, let's see. I first played this through in the mid-2000s with my daughter. She was 4 and cried when it was over. She's 18 now and has a Master Sword tattoo. That's cool. If I tried to play this with my kids, she would just make fun of the visuals. Alright, so which one's this? Oh, do I have to equip the sword? Let's see. There we go. Sure. Okay. Okay, there we go. Alright. Things are happening now. Alright. There's that boulder that just rolls forever for no discernible reason. Is there anything else over here? Okay. I do need to get rupees, so this is actually a good use of my time. How much do I have? 18? I think is the shield 20 rupees? I can't wear your hut yeah for hours. Inside. In Breath of the Wild, where your 2 10 out of 10 scores a GI, correct? I did not give Inside a 10 out of 10. I gave it a 9.75, but Breath of the Wild I gave a 10, which is funny because, like, there was pushback on that. There were certainly people at GI who did not actively dislike Breath of the Wild. But, like, I'm so often, like, every few weeks I'll see a GIF or something of something I didn't know you could do in Breath of the Wild. I'm like, oh my god, that's incredible. And it's just like this reminder for me of like, yeah, you know, I think I'm confident in that score. My cat's going crazy. She doesn't like the green screen today. Oh boy, these controls. Let's see. And this does have this has the octagonal thing, which I've talked about before. I actually really like. I wish they would bring that back. Do I get another 5 rupees if I jump here like this? Let's see. I hope I get to Hyrule Field. That'd be like my goal. Look this way. Can't wait to hear. Yeah, 50, I believe. Have you played / beat the Master Quest version? How does it compare to the original? Embarrassingly, I haven't played a lot of the Master Quest version. I have it. I remember I bought when Ocarina of Time 3DS came out. I was disappointed. How much are you? 40. Okay. That you had to beat the game to unlock the Master Quest, because like that was what I wanted to do. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get the Ocarina of Time remake, and I'm gonna play Master Quest specifically. But then you have to unlock it, which I did. I played and beat it on regular, and then I have it unlocked, and like, it's one of those games that like I would always bring with me on plane trips. Is that? Let me see. Is that rupee still up there, or is that? No. Okay. Is it this simple? Let me see. I'm pretty close already. And, like, I would dabble in it. Like, it would be kind of my airplane game where it was, like, comfortable enough where I wouldn't have to pay, like, too much attention, but also, like... Okay, there we go. But also, like, the puzzles were interesting enough where it wasn't just, like, a total cakewalk. But, like, I think I only got through, like, the 3rd dungeon or something like that. It's, like, on my... It's actually one I considered, like, when I, you know, in terms of, you know, streaming things. I was like, oh, you know, it would be a good one because I like using streaming as a way to like tackle that sort of long-term backlog, like playing Code Veronica, where I was like, ooh, you know, I'll play oh no, I don't want anything else. I used all my money. Where I was like, maybe I can finally beat Master Quest. There we go. Look at that. We're ready to go, man. Has Kyle been asked the 99 questions? Bob backwards, right? Wait, hold on. That might not be right. What am I saying? Who runs that podcast? It's Bob. Yeah, Bob backwards. Reached out to me about being on, and I absolutely want to be on at some point. I told him it was like, give me some time here. Let me figure out the new job schedule. And then I will be on. So Bob Backwards is here in the chat. Hey, Bob Backwards. I will be on soon at some point. Because I think it's a cool podcast. I listened to Hanson's episode, and I have a few others downloaded that I want to listen to. I like the premise. Okay, I can't skip this stuff? Okay. There we go. Roly-poly. This controller's a little awkward for... Okay, got the Deku stick. That's handy. Oh. And isn't there a way... Let me see. Is that... Okay, I thought maybe there was a way to get... What's it called? The beans. You know, the flashbangs. I forget what they're called. Let's see. Bob Backwards. I do want to shout out, Kyle. Your video of trying to remember the whole plot of this game to read to your daughter as a bedtime story is one of my favorite GI videos of all time. So wholesome, so hilarious. Yeah, that one's great. That was a Hanson idea, and he actually came to my house and shot it. And then he animated it. Yeah, that was. I mean, all I did was like have a cute kid and talk about Ocarina of Time. He definitely put in the work on that one. Did animation and stuff like that. But that is definitely like when I look back at like my favorite Game Informer features. Like even though it's just one I participated in more than created. That's definitely like a highlight for me for sure. All right, here we go. So my goal, like I said, I would like to get through this dungeon and out into Hyrule Field. Making my way through Reichard's episode right now. It's excellent. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know. Yeah, I'll have to go check that out too. I know Reichard actually, he streamed a version of Ocarina of Time, I think, right? Like a version of what am I trying to say? Of like it was like a modded version that looked really sharp, I think. Yeah, what is the difference? What is the difference between? Okay, I guess you have to hit them in the face. Okay, and now he's got all kinds of tips for me here. All right, let's. Whoa! Whoops. I remember it was funny. Oops, didn't mean to do that. I got in the habit at some point, maybe like partway through Ocarina of Time, where every time I jumped from a ledge, I would roll into it like that. Like that was just like habit that I started for some reason. But I guess that's like not necessarily a common thing. Look at this wall. The vines growing on it give it a rough surface. Maybe you can climb it, Link. Maybe. Okay, do I have... Oh, I need to... I can't do it yet. Let's see. Oh, crap. You'll have to forgive me. The controls I'm kind of getting the hang of again. And this, like, the Wii controller is okay. The control stick's not bad, but, like, what's going to be a bummer is, like, when I have to start using the right control stick for the C buttons. Oh, man. Is this I think this is the slingshot, right? Right here? I rolled into jumps too. It feels mandatory, like jumping into the gate and floating through on Mega Man games. Yeah. Well, oh, the map, okay. The thing I ran into is when when Majora's Mask came out on 3DS, I had done kind of like a tips guide of like, hey, here's some things you can do. And one of them was like a place where you could consistently find 50 rupees, I think. It's like right in the town. Like every time you visit the town, it would just be this like this loop I would make. It's like, okay, I gotta go get I gotta go run up here and wait, why isn't he blocking? Oh, okay, I have to have the sword out. Okay. Wait, am I? Oh, there we go, okay. Come here, bud. Ow, ow, ow. Forgive me, Master. Or if I give you a clue, will you let me go? When you jump off... Yeah, okay, I got it. But one of the things you have to do in that to go get those rupees in the town, in Termina, in Majora's Mask, is like you have to roll into the jump. And I didn't include that like in the sort of the tip guide, so to speak. I didn't have that detail, and I think it was Brian Vore had read it and was trying to take advantage of it, and was like, "Hey, that jump isn't working for me." And it took me a little while to figure out that he hadn't been doing the roll jump, and then there we go. And then that's how I learned that not everyone does that automatically. All right, here we go. Things are happening. See, this is where it's going to get funky, because it's like, I got to use the C stick. You got to use the right control stick. All right, let's see. Okay. Had to make sure my audio is, in fact, stereo. Okay. All right, let's see if that works. I keep saving. I guess I don't really need to do that. There we go. Could you come back here with fire arrows and take out those cobwebs? I don't know if there'd be like a use for it really, but... Didn't I already get these? Use as bullets for your slingshot. Okay. I guess the getting the clump of them is what's the sort of the new thing. How awkward is it going to be when the 35th anniversary Zelda 3D collection doesn't include Link Between Worlds 3D? I don't know. Why would that be so strange? I don't know. I don't know. We talked about that a little bit on MinMax. I think it's going to be, assuming that exists, or will exist, rather. I feel like it's either going to be, you know, the HD ports of Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, or it'll be the Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time bundled together. If that is even a thing. I don't know. Like, presumably next year, for the 35th anniversary of Zelda, Breath of the Wild 2 is probably, or the sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, working title, as it's currently called, will be ready to go. Uh-oh. So that would honestly be enough, I think, for, like, you know, for, you know, the 35th anniversary of Zelda. It's like, yeah, brand new Zelda game. Boom, take it. But I would love to have just like some kind of Mario 3D All-Stars style Zelda collection of some kind, you know? I hope it exists. Oops. God. It's such a... The way the camera... The position of the camera... Just sort of like when you're locked on, and like the way it pulls into widescreen when you are in combat just looks so good. I know like the word cinematic is kind of thrown around a lot, like in terms of video games, and like it's kind of overused at this point, but it just, I don't know, it really works here, and I hadn't seen that a lot at this point, you know. I guess I can go ahead and take my stick out. Or map my Deku stick to the C stick. Ian T. Clark, what type of games does your new company make? Assuming you're talking about Game Mill. Yeah, you can look them up. They do like a lot of licensed games and stuff like that. They have a Cobra Kai game coming out, and Nicktoons kart racing game coming out. They work with like Nickelodeon and stuff like that. That's their main jam. But and they're based in Minneapolis, which is cool. It's a lot of there used to be an Activision office here in Minneapolis, and I think Game Mill, well, I don't think, I know, they have a lot of former Activision folks there. Like, they came together and formed this company. So, yeah, I'm excited to get started tomorrow. Is that a gold Skulltala? Is that... Oh, is it behind there? Is there a easy way to not... Can I hit it from here? Hey, look at that. I think I hit it. Does this do anything? Okay, cool. Okay, and does that... Yeah, so I don't use the stick at that point. That's cool. Yep, I remember my brother figured that out, because I would just like sort of let them go out, you know. Gold Skulltala. I think there's what, rupees in here. Recovery heart. Oh, cool. Sure, worth the effort for sure. Oops, that's gonna take longer. Alright, so I should be good to go at this point, right? Can I... Oh, I thought I destroyed you. Okay. Oh, I'll take those. I'm sure I'll need them. Oops. I know, Navi. Don't worry about it. I'm Link. I got it. I got it under control. Okay, so is it this simple? Oh, new follower. Kranu. Thank you, Kranu. Kranu, just a heads up. This is, like I was saying earlier, this will be the last stream probably for a little while. Okay, we gotta do this right. We gotta do... There we go. I mean, I know you don't really have to do that, but I feel like I have to do that. Yeah, this was, I mean, I've said before, this was my first Zelda game. It's funny. So, my Ocarina of Time experience is kind of weird because I actually saw the end boss first. I visited a friend who was who had a lot of video games. Oh, I don't want to go back up there. Had a huge collection of N64 games. And we were jumping around. I remember that's like the one occasion I've played a wrestling game randomly. And I remember playing the South Park game there. Just like all these N64 games I had never played before. I always like Link's swimming animation. It makes him feel like he's going really fast. It's like swimming. It felt like a more realistic swimming animation or something. But anyway, you were just going through everything, and I think he had the gold cartridge, and I was like, oh, what is this? I've heard of Zelda, but I don't think I've ever actually played it or anything. And he was actually, I remember him being kind of ho-hum about it, just like, oh yeah, Zelda, yeah, that game's cool. And then like, he had beaten it. He had beaten the game, and I was like, well, can we see it? I've never seen it before. And he actually just, like, his save was at Ganondorf. So, like, he just played through the end of the game. And, like, I didn't have any context for the story or anything, but, sorry, I was just trying to concentrate. And, but I remember just being like, wow, that's really cool. I don't know what this game is, but, like, I like what I'm seeing. And it was one, because of watching him play the end boss, it was one that I you know, started to seek out. And I was like, you know, when I had that opportunity to get, like, you know, that one game occasionally, Ocarina of Time was, like, first on my list, you know. Can we talk? Okay, please forgive me, Master. I'll never do it again. If you spare me, I'll teach you something cool. So the point of the story ultimately being, like, I knew about the ending. I saw 2, 3, 1. 23 is number 1. 2, 3, 1. Okay. So I knew the ending. I knew it looked cool. I think I knew about the time hop, which seemed like a really cool idea to me. I love, like, time travel stories. I mean, plus it's just a sort of undeniably cool thing. But, like, it wasn't until, like, I got to this dungeon that I kind of realized what the game really was. Like, it's a series of puzzles, and, like, I loved it. Like, I really have, like, vivid memories of, like, figuring out that I could burn spider webs and, like, jumping from the ceiling to break the spider web and stuff like that. Like, those, for a lot of people who played Link's Awakening and stuff like that, which I played a lot of Super Nintendo games but had happened to miss Link's Awakening, it was like a revelation for me. It was, like, totally something new, you know? Like, I had the idea of, like, using sort of you know, fire to burn spider webs. I don't know. I just had never really done that in a game, which is, like, not an uncommon thing. It's not like Ocarina of Time invented that or anything, but I don't know. It really clicked with me there. Okay, what do I do here exactly? I can't... I can... Oh, do I have to hit the switch? That's weird. That's not it, I don't think. Okay. Oh, that works. Okay, don't fill me. Oh, oh no. I'm guessing I have to do it again. Let's see. Okay, I think I'm alright, because I think... Okay, there we go. But yeah, you know, so I had those revelatory moments with Ocarina of Time, and then, like, I just loved the game so much. I think it took me, like, a month to beat, I remember. And I was, like, intentionally, like, avoiding strategy guides. Even back then, I was like, I don't want these... The joy of this game is solving the puzzles. I don't want them to be solved for me, so... I did it without a guide, and it took both my brother and I a really long time, and my sister, I remember playing a lot, too, even though she was young. And, I mean, for all three of us, it was just this, like, revelation of, you know. And then I went back and sort of, like, was like, well, I've missed something very important here. Oh, who's that? Hyrule Chana. Oh, thank you, Hyrule Chana. And I went back and, you know, found Link's Awakening and stuff like that. And, like, really, now it's just my favorite game series ever. I love Zelda. Let's see. I hear chittering. Excuse me. Oh, there you are. I hear you. Okay. Okay, I need... So how do I... Where is that thing? So I need to do, like, the sideways hit, right? Okay, to get the Deku stick. Okay. Oh, hi. Oops, I thought I had it. There we go. Nothing. Yeah, nothing for me, huh? Alright, fine. I gotta make sure these are Deku sticks. Oh, hi. That was weird. Forgot that you saw those so early. Ow. What am I doing on health? Not great. Okay. I need some heart pieces. There we go. Ask and you shall receive. Oh. Don't worry. I'll come back for you. That tone. Okay, how many Deku? I think I can hold 10, right? So, like, I'm in good shape. I don't need, like, a ton more or anything. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Oh my gosh. You guys talking about the soundtrack, the music, so good. Serial shared randomly the music from the Forest Temple, which the other day on Twitter, which honestly might be my favorite track in the game. Let's see. I feel like I'm in this story. Hey, Kyle, good luck. Got the Brady strategy guide still, except the Water Temple portion, which I ripped out of anger when I was told because it was useless. Yeah, the reputation that the Water Temple has these days is so funny to me. I certainly think it is the hardest dungeon. I totally think that's accurate and fair, but, like, I didn't find it so unbearably impossible. I don't know. on one of the occasions where I had a chance to interview Eiji Aonuma and Miyamoto for the Breath of the Wild cover story. That was, I think it was in the 100 Questions bit, where there was a gag about like Onuma having designed the water temple, and that's why it was hard, and to not worry about Breath of the Wild because he wasn't designing any dungeons. All right, don't let me down, stick. All right, there we go. Do I need health? Yeah, I guess I do. Oh, I thought I had to die for it. I'm just gonna leave those guys just in case I need them. I remember this was also the beeping of the health, which luckily I haven't gotten to yet. Oh wait, was it 22, right? Oh, dang it, we've already messed this up, haven't we? Frank Forteo. Okay, so it was 23 is number 1, right? Or 32? I think it was 23. Okay. Oh yeah, for some reason I feel like I have to hold down the lock-on button, but I guess I don't. Oh, sorry. Come on, bud. Talk to me. Did I miss something here? Oh, there we go. I just didn't get close. How did you know our secret? How irritable. It's so annoying that I'm going to reveal the secret of Queen Goma to you. In order to administer the coup de grace to Queen Goma while... Strike with your sword while she's stunned. Oh, Queenie. Sorry about that. Oh my gosh, what's going on here? Let's see. Everyone, hope you're doing well, says Manic T. I want to say Nintendo Power GI had some mini strategy you got to use for the game. No way I'd figure out some parts, says Bob backwards. I beat the game until I got the GameCube All-in-One collection because I never had N64 growing up. Manic T says that thing was awesome. I still have mine for sure. Like, that kind of unprecedented to get something like that. Like, now, like, I mean, I think Nintendo is like, oh my god, why didn't we sell that thing? Like, you know, like, they just didn't realize what they were offering. Because the way it was is like, I think if you pre-ordered Wind Waker, you got a GameCube disc with Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask on it. It's insane. Let's see. 3DS is much improved, if only because you don't have to go into your menus to equip and unequip the iron boots. Yes, yeah, that was a pain. Difficulty of the water temple is kind of overblown. It's more just tedious than anything because of the iron boots and changing the water level. Yeah, I mean, it's not... It is difficult. I'm not saying it's like everyone was lying. It's definitely the hardest dungeon, but it's not impossible. Let's see. Ian T. Clark asking about the lock-on button. No, I think it defaults to pressing it, and then you can change the settings to hold it down, and I think there's even a line of dialogue that says, like, oh, you know, the real players hold it down, which I thought was interesting. The speedrun for this game is so glitch-laden that it isn't even fun to watch anymore. I want to check it out. Look for no major glitches category. Did you continue with Arkham City at all outside of streams, or did you drop it? Asks Leafeon. No, I haven't revisited. I'm actually having problems with my Xbox, which is where I was playing it. My HDMI port is all messed up, so I'm trying to get that fixed. So I haven't played Tony Hawk in a while. I haven't played that in a while. I haven't really played any video games over the last couple days. Like, streaming has been my only real window to play video games. I played a little Switch last night before falling asleep. I played like 5 minutes of Paper Mario, if even that. Oh, I just had to look at you. I remember my very young sister playing this game, and she beat Goma, and she was so excited. I remember that. I remember being really proud of her. I thought that was cool. All right, let's see. What do we do here? Oh, the other thing... Let's see. Yeah, sure. Oh. Ah! Crap. I guess that didn't do anything. Okay. This music's so good and scary. Oh my gosh, I only got like one hit in there. That was embarrassing. Alright. This part is so cool the first time I played it. I walked around before figuring out I had to look up at the eye. Yeah, that's a really well executed moment, honestly, for sure. Okay, let's get, let's take care of these. Because if you get them before they hatch, right, you're in good shape. You coming down, Goma? Go, 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 go. There we go. So I might have to do, like, multiple hits here. In the sense that, like, I don't think I did enough damage on that first pass. Dropping eggs. Maybe I need to be saving these. Am I messing something up here in the sense that, like, I need to... Okay. That's what I was messing up. Okay. This is taking longer than it should, because I've messed up a couple times. Kyle, if you were to attempt to speed run a Legend of Zelda game, would you choose this one? I don't know. I mean, this one's so, like, got so many... The speed run community around this game is, like, insane. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, I would probably do, like, Link Between Worlds or something, just because that's more open-ended. So there's, like, you can kind of tackle that in a number of different ways that I think probably make it... less dull, you know what I mean? Because, like, maybe it's like, if you don't feel like, it's like, you know, I did this path already. I'll do this path instead today, you know. So maybe that, you know, because that's more open-ended. Same with, like, Breath of the Wild, you know. Is that really okay? Okay. If you shoot her down from the ceiling when the eye turns red, she's stunned longer. Oh, is that right? Didn't. Oh, okay. Thank you, Ragnarok's Edge. So satisfying. I also remember, like, again, like, this is a weird instance for me, this being my first Zelda game, but, like, understanding the sort of ramifications of picking up this item, it's like, oh, I have more life energy? That's crazy. Like, I also hadn't really played a lot of RPGs at that time either. Like, even though I played a lot of Super Nintendo games and a lot of N64 games, like, I also played a lot of just straight action games, you know, Mario 64 and Mega Man X and stuff like that. Contra. Well done, Link. Today I learned you could knock her down, says Certainly City. Yeah, maybe I'd known that. I'd certainly forgotten. Thou hast verily demonstrated thy courage. I knew that thou wouldst be able to carry out my wishes. Phantom Ganon is probably my favorite boss in this game. Yeah, the Ghost Rider Ganon. That's really good. Also, it's just like such smart design to be like, to teach you about knocking back the energy ball and stuff like that to, like, set you up for the final boss. So good. God, these cutscenes are like just engrossing the first time I saw them. Like, I just was like, I can't miss anything that's happening. Like, everything is so important here, you know? Maybe one says, Kyle, you hadn't played A Link to the Past at the time? I had not. No, this was my first Zelda. I went back and played Link to the Past. Yeah, the other, Donkey Kong Country was the other big sort of, Super Nintendo staple for me. That forest temple is such a perfect first adult Link dungeon. Sets the tone of this destroyed future. So great. Yeah. It's so good. Like, traveling to that temple too, and like, or that dungeon rather, and like, it sort of forces you to go back through Kokiri and like see, so smart. Ugh. Like, I remember Final Fantasy 15, I really, you know what? Never mind. I'm not going to go into it because it's kind of a spoiler. Almost like you're an imposter, says Hyrule Hane. This cutscene, man, it's so nostalgic for me to see this cutscene and just remember the music is so eerie and intense and just like, it's incredible. Do you have a preference for 3D Zelda over 2D? Ragnarok Sedge asks. Yeah, love 3D Zelda. Prefer 3D Zelda over 2D for sure. I mean, it's the simple thing of the worlds just feel more realized. The fact that you can sort of step into them and look around in any direction just makes them feel more like real places. 2D Zelda's great. Love 2D Zelda. Just like from a design perspective, like 2D Zelda's like just the way puzzles are designed and the way, you know, the way the worlds are lined up and everything. Really love, but in terms of like feeling like I'm in a real place and getting this like true feeling of magic existing in a world and like people actually living and breathing in this world, like 3D just is incomparable for me. Gonna change your page description come tomorrow? Yeah, maybe even shortly after this, just to kind of like say, I'm just gonna have a TBD up for the schedule because I want to keep streaming. But like this, after today, there will certainly be a break in terms of just getting my feet under me at the new job and like focusing on that for a while and that kind of thing. Kyle, what are your feelings on Zelda 2? I like it. It's one of those things. It's like I don't have any nostalgia for it. But going back and revisiting it, like I really admire how different it was from the first game in a big way. It's one. I think I've said it before. I think in terms of remakes, like if Nintendo were to like grab a Zelda and be like, all right, we're overhauling this thing, we're gonna bring it back, we're gonna remake it, like kind of in the way they did Link's Awakening. Oh, I've been calling Link's Awakening Link to the Past. Got them confused. But I think Zelda 2 would be a really interesting one to revisit. I think that would be cool. Blue Knight 124. This was the first game I beat. Congratulations. Do you think Nintendo would do another remake of Ocarina of Time in the next 10 years? I used to see them remaking it Blue Point style. But with how they didn't even touch Mario 64, I can't see it anymore, says I mean Leafeon. Yeah, I don't know how interested they are in doing that. I think they just rather work on Breath of the Wild 2. Oops. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really see that happening. I don't know. But I wouldn't be surprised. Like, it is the one that everyone wants in terms of the Zelda games. Boop. Goodbye. That people want to see remade. I think Ocarina of Time is at the top of the list. The thing is that like they did remake it sort of, you know, and it's tough to kind of. I think for them, I'm speaking as someone who just witnesses from the outside. I think that's probably their general reaction when there's demand for a remake of Ocarina of Time. I think they're just like, yeah, it's on 3DS. Like, didn't you play it? It sold well, you know, like. But, yeah, I know people want the Final Fantasy VII remake approach to Ocarina of Time, which I would love. It's funny, I think we talked about it a few times during the sort of the build-up to Final Fantasy VII remake. Hansen was so excited, and I could his sort of enthusiasm was infectious, and I was like trying to figure out why he was so excited about it, why everyone was so excited about it, and it really was like one of those things I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? If there was this kind of approach to a remake of Ocarina of Time, I would feel the same. Like, I would want to know all these details about the game and stuff like that. So that would be like my pie in the sky most exciting remake. I mean, it's my favorite game. It's my favorite game of all time, and I honestly will say, it will always be my favorite game of all time. Not because I think it will never be topped, but just in terms of personal experiences, like I said early in the stream, like, this was the first game I sort of recognized as art. Like, this was the one that I was like, oh my gosh, I'm feeling so many things playing this game beyond just, pride and excitement. And like, it really made me rethink how I sort of critically examine video games and think about video games and what video games could be. And like, even if there's like, maybe that I will have like more compelling experiences like that throughout my life in video games, but this just happened to be the first, Zelda 2 was my first Zelda, says Ragnarok's Edge, and it's still the only one my dad plays to this day, and I've tried to get him to try out some of the others, but I have a lot of fondness for it. A remake would be very cool. This is like a mind-blowing moment for, I think, a lot of people. I don't think I'm alone in sort of pointing to this as being like oh my, I can just walk out there? And like, I think it was so smart to have this little, I guess you could call it a tunnel. Like, it's basically a tunnel here. Like, to just give you a chance to like feel like you're constrained still. It's like, oh, well, okay, I guess it's going to be pretty small things. Podgefit 21. Why did you leave Game Informer? I got laid off. Yeah, it wasn't my choice. Appears that the time has finally come for you to start your adventure. You will encounter many hardships ahead. That is your fate. Don't feel discouraged, even during the toughest times. Go straight this way, and you will see Hyrule Castle. You will meet a princess there. Yeah, okay. Oh, no! Okay. Yes. There we go. Okay. Hey, Running Noodle. Hey, Aaron. Hyrule Hane, because GameStop sucks. Hyrule Hane. No, not fired. It's a different thing. Come on. Be reasonable. Look at this, guys. It's huge. Look, I can go over there. What's that? Over there? Oh my gosh, incredible. And you have to roll. That's required because it's like 10%. 10% faster or something. Let me guess, you're playing on the Switch, right? Oh, wait. Says Aaron, a Running Noodle, my buddy Aaron. Aaron, do you want these games on Switch? You've never said that to me before. He says it to me all the time. Oh, I remember my brother's big thing for these guys was to just take off their heads and... How do you do that, actually? I don't remember. And just let them go. Nobody wants more Zelda games on Switch, says I'm immediately beyond. This is a real Minecraft situation here. You gotta survive overnight, you know? I think if I just stand up here, though, I should be okay, right? Can you guys get me here? Ow. I'll just take your stuff. That's fine with me. Oh, that's a big one. There we go. Just let him be. Just let him live out his days. The sun's coming up. How did I do that? Is it like a... so great. There's a schedule? Come on. This game is so good. Don't worry about the textures on those buildings. Don't look at those. Imagine it. Let's see. The only Zelda I want on Switch is crossbow training. What up? Welcome. Can I just, like, sprint through here? Huff Huff, I'm late for a very important date. It's funny because that's like an Alice in Wonderland reference, obviously, which is like where a lot of the Mario sort of ideas came from, right? Alice in Wonderland, eating mushrooms to shrink and grow and stuff like that. My name is Malon. My dad owns Lon Lon Ranch. Dad went to the castle to deliver some milk and he hasn't come back yet. All right, I got you covered. One of the best improvements in Ocarina of Time 3DS. Actual 3D castle town instead of blurriness. Yeah, very nice. Same with your house, I think, right? Oh, hello. Another good song. Classic. Do you want to hear what I said again? No. Okay. I wonder if they knew, like, in testing of this game, what that was, if that was going to become a thing, like, if that was, like, did testers encounter that a lot, I wonder? Where you accidentally press the wrong thing, because it's become like a joke now, you know? Hold on. We gotta take a moment to really appreciate this. It's important. Look at the way the sun, look at that. Incredible. Incredible. Those things are weird. We all love those. Okay, what is the path here? I think that's a ferry there, right? And I get some bombs. Don't mind me. I remember the path more than I thought I would. I guess I did come here a lot. Like, I've played through the opening of this game a number of times. I'm happy I have this save now, leading up to, like, that has me outside of the, forest. Or outside of, you know, here we go. Boom. Oh yeah, I get rupees just for swimming in the moat, right? That's weird. I can ask too many questions. Oh, I need a chicken. Oh my gosh, I've messed this all up. Forgot. Z, Z, Z. Mumble, mumble, mumble. Welcome. Our ranch is so fun. Come on and look around. Gosh, now I'm like drawing a blank. I was like, oh, maybe I can get to Zelda, but obviously that's not going to happen. I forgot where I get the chicken. Do I have to go to Lon Lon Ranch? What's in here? Or is that nothing? That's not another thing. That's not a thing. Can I just get kicked out? Yeah. Get me out of here. I gotta go talk to Malon. Oh, here she is. She's right here. Okay. God, that song's so good. Are you going to the castle, fairy boy? Would you mind finding my dad? He must have fallen asleep somewhere around the castle. What a thing for an adult to do. Tee-hee. Oh, yeah. If you'll look for him, I'll give this to you. I've been incubating this egg very carefully. Tee-hee. Okay, you got a weird egg. Feels like there's something moving inside. Set it to C and see what happens. Yeah, I know about all this. You don't have to tell me again. It looks like this item doesn't work here. Okay, well, what do I do with it? How do I get it to hatch? I don't remember. Right? he went off on a milk dinner. I think that's the blue one. Is it just time? It just takes time to hatch? Is that, am I remembering correctly? Don't see me. I'm invisible. Yeah, it hatches at dawn. Okay. Up we go. That's easier than I remember. I guess that's why I forgot about it, because it's like, it's actually not that complicated a process. Don't mind me. I'll take your moat rupees. Thank you. Nothing? You got nothing for me, huh? Alright. Z. Mumble, mumble. Hey, look at this. What in tarnation? Can a person get a little shut-eye around here? Hello, and who might you be? Yep, I'm Talon, the owner of Lon Ranch. I have very long, hairy arms that go below my waist. I went to the castle to deliver some milk. I sat down here to rest, and I guess I fell asleep. What? Malon was looking for me. I'm going to catch it from her now. I messed up bad, leaving Malon behind to wait for me. She's really gonna let me have it. It's quite a cutscene. All right, now do I have to push these here, or is that a thing? No, Link. Yeah, we better get the 3DS improvements versions, not repackaged in 64 ports. Oh, Ares Advocate is following me. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, if they do a 35th anniversary, we talked about this on MinMax on the last episode, but like, I'm thinking either we're looking at Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, you know, getting re-releases on Switch, which would be very nice. Be very thankful for that. Or the, you know, Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask on Switch, which again I would be very thankful for. And I would like for them to be the 3DS and remakes. But like the thing about that though, it's like porting those to Switch, like it would take some substantial programming. Because they would have to sort of adjust those games to function without a second screen, which can totally be done, right? Obviously, they were done. I mean, obviously, the games worked at, you know. Oh, is he gonna see me, or do I need to? Like, the games were designed without the second screen. The second screen was an addition, you know. I don't remember the pattern here. Let's see. Just gotta watch for a second. Alright, so does he turn? Is it this simple? Oh, go. Alright, there we go. Remember this being particularly hard, right? Like you can go over the top, but who's that guy? What is that? Some good stealth music. Okay, I had a moment where I was like, is he gonna turn around? Oh! Okay, there we go. Alright, let's see. And this... Oh, I thought you could look here. You can't look there? Okay. I always thought it was a bummer you never actually get to go inside Hyrule Castle in this game. Such a tease. Well, I mean, you kind of do, right? At the end, sort of. There she is. The namesake. Princess, Twilight Princess HD, and with Twilight Princess HD and Wind Waker HD with Ocarina Majora. That would be great. I would love that. I always mess this up, says Hyrule Hane. Yeah, I'm surprised I did it in one shot. Use a stinger missile. Let's see. Ganon's tower at the end, but yeah, it's repurposed. Totally. So, yeah, it's semantics, but how'd you get past the guards? I'm Link, man. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, what's that? Is that a fairy? Then are you from the forest? Then you wouldn't happen to have the spiritual stone of the forest, would you? That green and shining stone? I do indeed. Do you have it? Yes, just as I thought. I had a dream. In the dream, dark storm clouds were billowing over the land of Hyrule. But suddenly, a ray of light shot out of the forest, parted the clouds, and lit up the ground. The light turned into a figure holding a green and shining stone, followed by a fairy. I know this is a prophecy that someone would come. I know this is a prophecy that someone would come from the forest. Yes, I thought you might be the one. Oh, I'm sorry. I got carried away with my story and didn't even properly introduce myself. I am Zelda, Princess of Hyrule. What is your name? My name is an ellipses plus 2 additional periods. Link, strange. It sounds somehow familiar. Okay then, Link, I'm going to tell you the secret of the sacred realm that has been passed down by the royal family of Hyrule. Please, keep it a secret from everyone. Alright. Legend goes a little something like this. Alright, chat, what is the best Zelda and why is it Ocarina of Time? Says Aaron. I mean, it is my favorite. I love it. I mean, Breath of the Wild is up there too. I mean, I think Breath of the Wild is going to be a lot of the, for a lot of young players, it's their first Zelda. You know what I mean? Like, I hope that Breath of the Wild inspires kids to go back and play still. Like, I think that's why Twilight Princess and Wind Waker and Majora's and Ocarina on Switch would be so good right now, because there's so many people who have their first Zelda was Breath of the Wild, and like it would be fun, I think, for them to go back and see what it looks like. How long did it take you to get the whole multiple Links and Zelda's idea? When this came out, I remember getting into arguments with friends who didn't believe it, but Wind Waker was the game that finally settled the argument by referencing the hero of time as a separate character. Ocarina of Time is my favorite. Breath of the Wild is objectively the best. I don't really believe in the word objectively in terms of criticism. Let's see. I first understood it right before the release of Twilight Princess. I think it was Game Trailers put together a great video that like theorized about the timeline, and I'd never really considered that or heard of that. I just didn't really think about it too much. I knew they weren't like direct sequels, save for like, Ocarina to Majora's Mask and stuff like that. But yeah, there's a great Game Trailers video that outlines the whole idea. And I watched it multiple times, and I remember just having my mind blown. And yeah, that was like right before the release of Twilight Princess was kind of like where I first sort of really started to consider that idea. Yeah, Aaron, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, that Game Trailers timeline was pretty good. Wand of Ganon, says Hyrule Hane, as the best Zelda. Yes, I told my father about my dream. However, he didn't believe it was a prophecy. So we'll wrap this up after we get control of Link again. I get a chance to save. Kyle, don't you have some CDI Zelda games? Yeah, I have Wand of Gamelon. I have the first two. Zelda's Adventure, I think, is the third one. That one is really hard to come by and really also expensive, like on eBay. So I don't have that one. I actually tried to get the Philips CDI hooked up to stream, and I couldn't get it working, which could be a product of just the Philips CDI not working very well, or maybe it's some other technical hiccup, but like I couldn't get it working. I got Zelda's letter. Wow, this letter has Princess Zelda's autograph. But that would be a fun thing to do in the future, would be to play those games. I've never beaten them. I think the most I've played them is like an hour each. They're surprisingly impossible to play. They're very hard. I don't have a great Philips CDI controller. So, all right. Well, okay, so to wrap things up, we'll save here. I want to keep streaming. I plan to keep streaming. The current schedule of Mondays and Thursdays and Fridays is out the window for now as I start the new job. But, oh, is that it right there? There we go. There's the Easter egg. So I'm going to get my feet under me at the new job, and then I'll figure out a new schedule. It'll probably be less frequent. It won't be 3 times a week. Maybe once a week, certain evenings, maybe like a Tuesday night or something. Or maybe I'll have more time than I expect, and I can stream more than ever. But until I know exactly what that is, I'll be taking a streaming break. So, but I'm always active on Twitter. I'll still be doing min-max as much as I can and stuff like that. So, but I've been doing this for a year. I started streaming when I got laid off, mostly because I just wasn't sure what to do with myself, and I was happy to have a scheduled thing, that I could do every day. I was still engaging with the community, and so I really can't thank everyone enough for tuning in as often as you guys do. It's been awesome. I really like streaming. It's a lot of fun. I want to keep doing it. I will keep doing it. But yeah, thanks so much, everybody, and I will talk to you again very soon.